Tov, our shiur tonight, we're the 10th of Tevet. Tomorrow morning is the fast. We're the 10th of Tevet. Our shiur is sponsored in part by the Yitzchako family. May Hashem bless them with a lot of bracha v'parnasa tova v'shefa rab, shalom Beit v'atzlacha, amen. And also anonymous donor, may Hashem bless her with a lot of bracha, atzlacha. Thank you to Hashem for all the brachot Hashem gave her and to her family. There's a question. Out of all the Jewish fast days, only 2 days are 24 hours. What are they?
Yom Kippur.
Obviously.
And
Tisha B'Av. Yom Kippur is on what day of the month of Tishrei? What day of Tishrei? The 10th. Tisha B'Av is what day? The 9th. Yafeh. You guys are tzaddikim. The Gemara says whoever eats on the 9th day of Tishrei, it's like he fasted on the 9th, not the 10th. So the Mekubalim say, what does that mean? You ate on the 9th day, it's like you fasted on the 9th and the 10th. Whoever eats on the 9th day, it's like he fasted on Tisha B'Av and he fasted on Yom Kippur. So the 9th day and the 10th day are very interconnected. Many people over here, we try to study at least on the brink of it, the brink of the Torah Hasod, the secrets of the Torah. We know there are 10 sfirot. Without getting to the partsufim, the systems and the worlds, but if we do micro, if we delve deep in the cell, there's 10 sfirot. Keter, Chokhmah, Bina, that's 3. We call that Gar. Gimel, Rishonot, the first 3. And that's called the thought process. Keter, Chokhmah, Bina, that's the thought process. And then we have something called Zat, Shiva Tachtonot. Chesed, Givura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod and Malchut. That's the rest of our body. That's not the thought process, but the action. Potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential, kinetic. That means in the thought process, you have the potential. What I want to do. Keter, Chokhmah, Bina. In the body, I have the kinetic. I do. The Ma'aseh. And this the Gemara says, Sof Ma'aseh. What's the end of the Ma'aseh? Malchut. The Shekhinah. B'machshavat chila, she's in the Keter. That means Keter and Malchut are intertwined. That's why which king of Am Yisrael is the only real king? David. David is the Malchut, and he has the Keter. Keter is the crown. B'machshavat chila. I don't want to make the shiur too deep, but this is going to be a very deep shiur tonight. Because as it is a fast day, well, we fast only from the morning until the evening. Tomorrow, it's the shortest fast of the year. It's about 11 hours. It starts 6 o'clock. You could start, and you could end 5:05. 5:05 in the afternoon. 6 with the Tanai. We're not talking halacha right now. You get what I'm saying? Okay, 6 in the morning to 5:05 in the afternoon. And you're good to go. And from personal experience, these winter fasts, you don't even feel them. They come and go like they're. You don't even get hungry. The human body, according to the Australian Research Center, the Army Research Center, could go 7 days without food. Wow. In American, it's 3 days. But if you look at the stats, the American people there have an issue with obesity. Right? Other countries have less of an issue.
If you're obese, you will last longer, no?
No, because your mind and body get used to a certain amount of intake. So, on one hand, we have Tisha B'Av, 24-hour fast. Tisha B'Av is the longest fast of the year. But Tisha B'Av, do we say Ana? Do we say Vidui? Do we say confession? No. Why? We say it's a Chag. It's a Moed. What's a Moed? It's a holiday. Why is it a holiday? We have a Masoret. Listen to this, Rabotai. I'm going to say this one time. We've spoken about this in the past. We have a Masoret that a Masoret is a tradition, that the day that Jacob fought with the angel of Esav was what day? Tisha B'Av. The day that Yaakov fights with the angel, we have a shiur on that. Not long, a couple of weeks ago, right, Gabriel? Yaakov Avinu's struggle. Yeah, that shiur. On that shiur, we explain that Yaakov fights with Esav's angel. What day was that? Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av. On the 9th of Av, Yaakov Avinu fights with Esav's angel, the Samechmem himself. Bichvodo be'atzmo. And who wins? Yaakov. That's why, what is that day called? A holiday. It's a holiday. That's why it's a holiday. But we fast. Why do we fast? Because where does he hit him? In the Gid Hanashe. In the sciatic nerve. Until today, where Jews are not allowed to eat, the part of the animal that's connected to what? The sciatic nerve. But we know in the future that Tisha B'Av will turn into a holiday. So we're not that upset. That's why if Tisha B'Av falls on Shabbat, what do? We push it off. And Rabbi Yehuda Anasi, Rabbi Bechor, Rabbi Yehuda Anasi says what? If I was in the time of the Chachamim and Tisha B'Av would have fallen on Shabbat, I would have canceled it completely.
What do you mean canceled it?
I would have canceled Tisha B'Av.
Why?
Because
It's also a moed.
it's a Moed.
It's not that much of a
But the secret is Yaakov Avinu defeated the Esav's angel on that day. Now you're like, shoots, he should have been there on that day. No. It's good we fast. We could lose a couple of... Yeah. Lahavdu. But there is a Rishon. His name is the Abu Draham. The Abu Draham. Avraham, you like that? His real name was Rabbi Avraham. The Abu Draham says there is one fast besides Yom Kippur that if it falls on Shabbat, you fast. Tanit Esther falls on Shabbat, we move it to Thursday. Shiva Sarit, there's no fast that'll fall on Shabbat. But if this fast will fall on Shabbat, we fast. What is it? The 10th Yom Kippur is from the Torah, that's why. I'm talking about the ones that are from Pur Anu. Yom Kippur is a happy day, believe it or not.
It is a happy
Yom Kippur is a happy day. The Gemara says 2 days in the Jewish calendar are the happiest days. Yom Kippur and the 15th of Av. What's the connection? Yom Kippur is the day of atonement. That means like a husband and a wife, they fight. And the husband or the wife says, I forgive you. So they make Shalom Beit, yeah? What happens on the 15th of Av? Marriage also. That was the day of Shidduchim. But too bad. I just want to let you guys know, don't think the Gemara is literal in the sense that you think the girls were going to the grapevines. That means they were all drinking wine over there and they were wearing all white dresses and they were dancing saying, marry me. If you think that, either you didn't learn the Gemara correctly and the Rishonim correctly, or you drink something that I don't know about. If you can, share it. Okay? No, there were girls called Bnot Shiloh. But the guys did not go out to see the girls dancing. Chas v'shalom. That's not how it worked. There was Shatchanim. That's not the way it works in Judaism. You go and see the girls. Lo aleinu, lo alam Yisrael. There's such a thing. It's a borderline kofar. There were shatchanim. Shatchanim is matchmakers, right? Who's looking for a girl from a good family? Who's looking for a rich girl? Who's looking for a girl from a less? Who's looking for a girl who's more observant? There was shatchanim. It wasn't like you're going to the grapevines. Hoppa! You're taking the girl with you. That's not the way it works. Judaism. That's the opposite of Judaism. The opposite of Judaism. There was shatchanim. There was matchmaking over there. Look inside the Rishonim over there. You have to understand that the Jewish people. The Gemara says, why did the women of Tzion, of Yerushalayim, suffer during the Chorban Beit Hamikdash? You know why the Gemara says? The girls used to walk. There was a tall girl in the middle and two shorter girls in the sides. That way they would stand out, or they would wear perfume in her shoes. When they would walk, the perfume would spritz, and the guys would smell it in the marketplace, and they would turn their heads. If on this, the Gemara says, was the Chorban of the Bnot Zion, you think that every single year the guys would go with binoculars and look at the Bnot Shiloh? What do you think? This is not the biggest shtiat I ever heard in my life. What's the problem? Today, people make parties on Tu B'Av. Matchmaking parties, and they come, and boys, girls, they meet each other, this, that. That's not the way it happened. And you're basing it on what? Tu B'Av. It's the biggest load of nonsense I ever heard in my life. The biggest breach of tzniut. The biggest. Obviously there is more, but from what I've heard and seen, that's the biggest. That's not called Tu B'Av. The Gemara says Tu B'Av was the happiest day in the Jewish calendar, like Yom Kippur. Why? Yom Kippur, there was Shalom Beit. There was peace in the house. Why? God and the Jewish people made peace. Not because we deserved it. Because it was a day that God decided was a day of forgiveness. And Tu B'Av was a day of marriage. Yes or no? So the month of Av is a pretty happy month in its entirety. But the Abu Draham, Rabbi Avraham says, the Beit Yosef brings down the name of Abu Draham. If the fast of 10th of Tevet, which is this fast, Rabbi Yitzchak, would fall out on Shabbat,
Keep it.
not because it's a happy day, because it's the saddest day.
Wow.
This fast is the saddest day, Rabbi Avraham. What happened on this day? First, let's understand. Neria, you're with me? What happened here?
That's a breach.
There was a breach. In the first Beit Hamikdash, Nebuchadnezzar laid siege on Yerushalayim on this day. How many years later did he actually breach the city? 2 years, 2 something years. That means he just laid siege today. Today he laid siege. Do you know when he broke the city walls? Rabbi Eliezer, when did he break the walls? What day on Tammuz?
17.
Wrong.
15.
Close. 9th. On the 9th of Tammuz he broke the walls. Do we fast on the 9th of Tammuz?
No.
When do we fast? On the 17th of Tammuz. What happened on the 17th of Tammuz? In the second Beit Hamikdash, Vespasian, who would later on become Caesar, broke the walls. That's about 410 years the second Beit Hamikdash, 420 years the second Beit stood, plus 70 years. That's about 490 years later. Wait a second, I'm confused. We're confused here. We're fasting today because Nebuchadnezzar laid siege on which Beit HaMikdash? The first. But the 17th of Tammuz, we're fasting because of what? They broke which Beit HaMikdash? The second one. Wait a second. Almost 800 years later. 850 years later. Thank you very much.
That's when it starts.
But the second one. So we're crying on the second one that they broke the walls. Make sense or no? Yes, because till today we don't have the third Beit Hamikdash. But why are we fasting today?
They're saying, why are we fasting on the 9th? You said-
We're waiting for the third bit.
Can I ask you guys a question? When did Vespasian? Unless you could raise your hand. When did Vespasian lay siege on the second Beit Hamikdash? Sfirat HaOmer.
Oh, really?
Did you ever feel like there was a fast day in Sfirat HaOmer?
No.
But yet we're fasting
Not
on the first Beit Hamikdash.
Everything
I don't get it. Me and you, we're in this
Everything's
together.
from the beginning.
Abraham, we're both in this together. We don't understand what's going on over here.
Everything from the beginning.
It's in the beginning?
And the-
Everything from the beginning.
Okay, but how come we don't fast on the 9th of Tammuz then?
It's the beginning and end.
Maybe the
It's
first
like the
bit.
beginning and the end is.
You're saying, okay, the beginning is the 9th of, let's say 10th of Tevet is the beginning.
The last
What's the last? What's the last? The
17th.
destruction.
Yeah, the 17th.
Oh, the 17th is just the breaking of the walls. What's the real end?
Out of the 4, I'm saying.
No, you're picking and choosing now. That's not fair. You're making your own kiddushim. What's the real end? What's the real end? The 9th of Av. Yes or no? No. The 9th of Av, both Beit Hamikdash was destroyed. So why are we celebrating? Why are we fasting on the 17th of Tammuz? You guys hear the question?
Beautiful question.
We usually don't bring such kind of questions on our shiurim. The reason is because I'm more of an open, wide range speaker. But today is a fast day. We're not allowed to drink as much. We can't bring as much. So the shiur is more focused.
Must have been what it happened because of.
What?
Must have been what it happened because of. Not the
Because of the same thing. Vespasian laid siege in the month of Iyar, Sfirat HaOmer. We fast? No. But he broke the walls on the 17th of Tammuz, yes? We fast? Yeah, 17th. We do fast. When did Nebuchadnezzar lay siege, Nebuchadnezzar? Tonight. Tonight he laid siege. We fast?
Saying the cause, not the effect.
Cause is the same cause, effect is the same effect. But yet we're picking and choosing. The cause we're doing the first Beit Hamikdash. The effect we're doing the second Beit Hamikdash. It's not fair. Can I tell you guys a secret? If we're in the whole thing of secrets over here,
Give me candy.
I'm gonna give you a candy right now. Let's get into the deep connection of the fast day. I want to let you guys know. The greatest month for the Jewish people on the calendar of the Jewish people is this month.
Wow.
It's the greatest month. Our mazal in this month, more than Adar, more than Nisan, more than Tishrei. This is supposed to be our month.
Why is it supposed to be?
Why? Our forefather Avraham Avinu was born under the star of Shabtai, Saturn. Shabtai is really the day of Shabbat. When did God tell Avraham Avinu go out and count the stars? What day was it? On Shabbat. He told him, you want to go above the mazal? Keep Shabbat. Till today in Eretz Yisrael, they can't have a memshala, a government. Why? When did they start breaking Shabbat in public in Israel? In this government. In this government right now, they don't have a government. Why? They started to be mechalel Shabbat beparhesia. There's public transportation now in Israel on Shabbat. There's no memshala. 2 memshalas, 10 billion. I told you guys this before the shiur. 10 billion shekel, almost $3 billion. You know what that is in Eretz? It's the size of Connecticut, or New Jersey. New Jersey. Israel is the size of New Jersey. They don't keep Shabbat. Shabbat is Shabbatai. Shabbat, whoever is born under the month of Shabbatai, under the star of Shabbatai, naturally speaking, he cannot have children, he cannot have parnasa, he cannot have anything. So what did God tell Avraham? Go. What did Rashi say? Leave your astrology. Tse mitztagninutcha. Leave your astrology. Leave it. Habet b'kochavim. You're going to rule the stars. Why? Through keeping Shabbat. Rabbi Baruch Abachor. through keeping Shabbat. What did I tell you guys on Shabbat every week? Was the Mishnah Berurah says name of the Yerushalmi. Whoever learns Hilchot Shabbat on Shabbat, he doesn't lose his parnasah. If you learn Hilchot, the Yerushalmi, Mishnah Berurah brings this down. If you learn Hilchot Shabbat on Shabbat, you don't lose your parnasah. That's what the Yerushalmi says. Mishnah Berurah brings this down. And we have this minhag in Sudah Shlishit in our shul. We try to say a couple of Hilchot Shabbat in Sudah Shlishit. Why is Shabbat, the star of Shabbatai, such an important star? It's the 7th. It's the 7th. The 7th, how many years of Shemitah we have? 7. How many days of the week? 7. How many days of Pesach? 7. Sukkot? 7. How many sheep did Avraham give to Avimelech? 7. How many years did Yaakov work for Rachel? 7. How many years he worked for Leah? 7. 7, 7, 7, 7. What's the 7? What is it? What is it?
Straps have a tefillin?
7.
Notes in the piano.
Notes in the piano, 7.
Colors in the
Keep on bringing it on. Everything is 7.
rainbow.
However, 7, the number 7 is the Sfirah of Malchut. David HaMelech is number 7. 7. Everything is 7. The 7th. But that's only when you're counting it from Chesed. When you're counting from Keter, the highest is, what number is it? The 10th. The 10th. What's the 10th month of the year? This one, Tevet. What's the only month of the year we say Hallel with a bracha? And Rosh Chodesh. And Rosh Chodesh, exactly. The month of Tevet, Rosh Chodesh Tevet, falls out on Chanukah. On Chanukah we say Hallel with a bracha. So the only month we say Hallel with a bracha, for the Sfaradim at least, is when? The month of Tevet. And the only month this year, how many Sefer Torahs we took out in Tevet? 3 Sefer Torahs. That means once a year there is a certain sha'ar, a gate in Shamayim, that there is a special Et Ratzon. Which one is that? Tevet. Why? Tevet is supposed to be the greatest month for the Jewish people because we're the 10th. We're the 7th and the 10th. Esther Hamalka. Esther, Queen Esther. When did she go to the house of Achashverosh? Who knows the Megillat Esther? Ariel, you know? You always like to ask questions. You have no clue. All right. Gabriel, what month was it? This month she went to the house of Achashverosh. And what year of his reign?
7.
On the 7th year of his reign. Malchut, Shechina, the God's divine presence. And the 7-year area of Achashverosh's reign in the 10th month. Malchut. Where did the whole salvation of Purim come from? Esther. Yes, but when did she go to Achashverosh's house? In Tevet. The miracle happened in Adar. But when did she marry Achashverosh? In Tevet. And what year of his reign? The 7th. The 7th. So this month's supposed to be the greatest month for the Jewish people. What happened? Nebuchadnezzar knew the secret of Tevet. He knew the secret of Tevet. When did he lay siege on Yerushalayim? On the 10th day of the 10th month. Malchut sheba Malchut, the divine presence of the divine presence. He knew much more than Otzrot Chaim, trust me. You guys are still sleeping over here. Otzrot Chaim, you're saying. Otzrot Chaim. You guys should be on Etz Chaim already. He knew the secret of the Malchut, number 10. The 10th of the 10th. The only day. Yom Kippur is the 10th day of Tishrei, of the 7th month. What's the month of Tishrei? Tishrei is the 7th month. 10th day of the 7th month. When did Nebuchadnezzar lay siege to Yerushalayim? The 10th day, 10th month. I want to tell you a secret. Why don't we fast on the Sfirat HaOmer when Vespasian laid siege to the second Beit HaMikdash? Because the second Beit HaMikdash wasn't a full redemption. Why? Forget about miracles. Who came back in the second Beit HaMikdash? In the second temple? Only 2 tribes.
Oh, not all the tribes, right?
Judah and Benjamin. The other 10, did they come back?
Nope.
Still missing.
Forget about missing. Jeremiah went to bring them back. They didn't want to. They didn't want to come back. The Yemenite Jews, they also didn't come back. They were from the tribe of Judah. They didn't want to come back. And we have a tradition that Ezra Sofer cursed them with poorness. Till today, Yemenite Jews can't really get rid of this curse.
Sucks.
That's why, Rabbotai, listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. I'm telling you a secret over here, secret of secrets. I'm going to end with another secret, but before I'm going to tell you the secret of secrets, I'm going to tell you a secret. How many bad days we have in Judaism? Evil, let's call them sad days. Rabbotai, the second Beit Hamikdash, Rabbi Bakor, didn't get destroyed until the two brothers, Aristobulus and Hyrcanus, they were fighting in the second Beit Hamikdash, Aristobulus and Hyrcanus, and they put a pig. Every day they had to bring a korban in the Beit Hamikdash. What was the korban? Anyone know?
No.
Sheep. A sheep. There was a sheep every day. A sheep. A baby sheep. How do you say in Bukharian? Guspanche. One day Aristobulus puts in there a pig. P-I-G. That was the day God signed the decree, the destruction of the second Beit HaMikdash. How come we don't fast on that day? The Gemara says it was a pretty sad day. How come we don't fast on the day that the menorah was burnt out? Every day for all the Beit HaMikdash. The two lights, the one light, the western light of the menorah, always stayed lit. How come we don't cry on the day that it got burnt out? How come we don't cry on the day that the Greeks brought Zeus, Jupiter, into the Beit HaMikdash? How come we don't cry on that day? How come we don't fast on the day that thousands of Jews were killed in the Holocaust? How come it's on National Fast Day? Why specifically the 10th of Tevet was considered a fast day? I'm going to tell you guys a secret right now. And we're living it right now. And I'm telling you right now, after this we're going to do a special tefillah, Rabbi Daftaye. We're living in messianic times right now. Every day that passes, it's more and more coming. There's 3 fast days that we fast that are unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Tonight, the 10th of Tevet. Second one is the 3rd of Tishrei. Tzom Gedalia. It's your birthday. Why do I have to fast on the day that some guy was killed? Does that make sense? We have so many other days in the Jewish calendar that are sad. Fast on that day.
Yeah.
And the 17th of Tammuz, Avraham. Yeah. And the 17th of Tammuz, Ariel. The 17th of Tammuz, Beit. Which we shouldn't have fasted on the 9th. Right? But the question in the beginning. These 3 days, Tzom Gedalia, which is your birthday. You said it, not me. The 17th of Tammuz and the 10th of Tevet all come to clean 3 Averot. Guys, if you guys take this, what I'm saying right now, personally, and fix this, you guys are going to have such bracha, closeness to Hashem. What are the 3 cardinal sins that we have to die for? What?
Stoning.
Adultery, murder, adultery, and idolatry.
Idol worship, idolatry,
Adultery,
and
blood, killing people.
No,
we said idolatry, we said adultery, and murder. Thank you.
That's what's that.
I didn't hear you. Too many voices. These 3 averot gonna get cleaned from Am Yisrael in these 3 fasts. Which one? Tzom Gedalia, that's yours.
What is it?
The 3rd of Tishrei, right after Rosh Hashanah, we have a fast day.
Right now.
I'm telling you. Secret of secrets. Tzom Gedalia is coming to fix the sin of murder. Why? What happened on that day? Gedaliah was murdered by Yishmael ben Netanyah. Wow, that's unbelievable. That means that when you fast on that day, what do you think you're doing? I'm fasting, I'm crying on that day. No! As Jewish people as a whole, we're fixing the sin klali of that day, of murder. That's why in the month of Tishrei, what's all the mitzvot of the month of Tishrei? Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot. What's the whole mitzvot? Blood. We sacrifice the animals, we spill the blood. Everything is blood, blood, blood. Rosh Hashanah, spilling of the blood. What happened on Rosh Hashanah? Yitzchak Avinu, right? Yom Kippur, spilling of the blood. Tishrei, we spill the water. Water is the chesed of the dam. Everything is blood. Shiva Asar Betamuz, the 17th of Tammuz is what? What is it coming to fix? Avodah Zarah. Thank you. Why? Do you know that another name for idol worshipping is Tammuz?
Really?
Yes. In the book of Echa, in the book of Lamentations, the prophet calls idol worship Tammuz. That means when you fast on the day of the 17th of Tammuz, you are mitaken, the avon of Avodah Zarah. What is Asara B'Tevet coming to fix? Gilui Arayot. Zera Lavatala Lo Aleinu. And all that. Tomorrow morning, yes. Tomorrow morning it's happening. It's coming to fix all the Arayot that deals with the breed. That's why what happens after this week? What are the 6 weeks that are coming up? Shovavim. Wow. Is this Sodot, Rabotai? What kind of Sodot are coming out of here tonight? I don't know. I feel like there's not enough energy over here. I don't know. That's why, who here could tell me what is the first time in the Torah it says the word Tevet? I don't think you guys will know this. I'm going to tell you. In the Sefer Bereshit. It says, Vayir'u b'nei Elohim, and the sons of God saw Ibnot Ha'adam, the daughters of man. Ki tovot hena, they look good. But the word tovot is written as tevet. That's our month. All the averot come from pegam. Ha'enayim pegam abrit.
That's a serious question.
Wait, I'm not done. So that means, Rabotai, these 3 fasts of Tzom Gedaliah is coming to fix murder. Tammuz, Shiva Tammuz is what? Avodah Zarah. Tomorrow morning, Asara B'Tevet is coming to fix what? Gilui Rayot. So tomorrow morning, is it a day to skip the Beit HaKnesset? I don't think so. That means by fasting tomorrow morning, Rabotai, you could fix Biklalut, the sin of Am Yisrael, when it comes delving specific to Gilui Arayot.
What's Gilui Arayot?
Gilui Arayot is promiscuous activities. Illicit relations.
I'll tell you how.
We know. I think he understood. Don't worry about it. Wait, okay. We're going to take one she'elah. I usually don't take she'elot, but we're going to take one she'elah. Yeah.
Such a big day.
Yes.
Why the shortest fast?
Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to let you know that the Geulah could come. Just do a little bit, Rabotai, a little bit. And everything is going to come chick-chack. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen. Rabbi Hanan ben Akashia אומר, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא את הרבה למתום שלמה אדוני חפץ למען צדקו יגדיל תורה ויהיה קדש על ישראל. בכבוד.